Welcome back, YouTube. This is BalorMage, and I'm going to go over our Frost Auto Scout Sentinel Spectres. So, let's start real quick with the question that's been on everybody's mind. Excuse me, Baylor, are these better than Syndicate Operatives? To which the answer is a resounding yes and no. And let me explain why. They don't do as much DPS, just at all. That's not a thing. And they require a gem swap to do proper single target. However, they do about 75 to 80% of the DPS in both cases after you do a gem swap. However, they always do their attacks, and they always don't need to be positioned, and their clear speed is much larger. They hit more enemies, they're just better all-rounders, and I've enjoyed playing them significantly more because we don't have that positional problem where if they get in melee range they the Syndicate Operatives stop. These don't do that. So I'm just really going to quickly D&D. So I'm going to go over the gem links real quick. What we have with Raised Spectre is Pierce, GMP, Feeding Frenzy, Minion Damage, and Spell Echo. Anomalous doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. Either one. Now, for single target, I do 3 gem swaps. I only have to do these for really big single targets, but it's Feeding Frenzy for Predator, and then Elemental Focus and Controlled Destruction for Pierce and Greater Projectiles. A special note on Pierce is the Anomalous Pierce gives you an extra 2 Pierce. So it pierces 6 targets. Insanely powerful. Should definitely pick that up. Now, really quickly, we have been using Pinpoint support instead of GMP, which means my LE focus just never goes in because I keep Pinpoint for single target and clear, which is very nice right now. But we only found out about that like 1 day ago, and it is, I think, maybe bugged, because it does say cannot modify the skills of minions. But it works, so let's just use it. Alright, we're going to quickly go over what I've got now. What are the other common questions is elemental weakness. You've got it on both rings. What's happening? Turns out if you have elemental weakness curse from multiple sources, the sources stack. So this is not one curse with 20% effect and one curse with 32. They're the same curse with 52% effect. If I were to then corrupt my gloves for elemental weakness, and I got like 48%, it would then be elemental weakness with 100% increased effect. So, what other links we got? Right, we got Dash, Convocate, Steel Skin, and Second Wind, because it's really nice. You could change into Flame Dash now, because we don't actually need all green gloves, so you can do whatever you want. Same deal always with the weapon. Tempest Shield, Desecrate, Bone Offering. Meat Shield, Elemental Army, and Guardian and Raised Zombie for that. Everything else has stayed the same pretty much. I have chosen to fit actual haste into my build purely so that I run faster. It was actually a damage down, and it required Breath Stealers to be anointed with Charisma. So that just made me run faster because I felt like I had enough DPS that I could give that up. But it did mean what I gave up was Bone Chill on my Skitterbots, which is quite a lot of damage down. It's significantly more damage than haste is giving me. What I should really do is just have an unset ring with Val Haste in it for the Val, and only use the Val and put Bone Chill back in the Skitterbots. But I felt like I was doing enough damage. We're still using Hatred and Generosity. I've ended up putting my Stormbrand in here. Important notes. These guys do not crit. They have a 0% base crit chance, which means we don't bother with jewels. I ended up with one large cluster with just Renewal and Feasting Fiends, and it leads into a Fortress Covenant Gen and a Spell Block Medium. The scaling on jewels for these specters would be aura stacking, hatred aura effect stacking, but it's pretty much not worth it unless you go double cluster. And I just didn't feel like it needed that much investment. It was running really, really smooth all the time. I very much enjoyed the build. I have started leveling another build, but I don't think we're quite going to dismantle the Spectre build yet, just in case we want to test some more stuff. But I have really, really enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't go back to Syndicate Operatives purely because of their like clunky AI, where they have to, if they stand on something, they start meleeing it, and I just wasn't enjoying that part. So yeah, that's that. I will put the path of building in the description, and yeah. Alright. Hope everybody has a good day. I am BalorMage, and I will see everybody later.